As per statement of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman, the hotly disputed Ukrainian city of Bakhmut has turned into a slaughterfest for the Russian forces seeking to seize the city. Bakhmut, a city inside the eastern Donbas, has long been the target of Ukrainian and Russian military operations, which have destroyed the city and displaced its residents. Despite major losses for both sides, Ukraine has pledged to repel the Russian military and Wagner Group mercenary fighters there. Stay tuned to find out more. According to United States Major General Mark Milley, the commander of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Russian soldiers have been engaged in a slaughterfest in the struggle for the Ukrainian city of Bakhmut. Milley was questioned about Russia's inability to seize Bakhmut following months of battling to do so. Russian forces have not advanced into the destroyed Donetsk village in the previous 3 weeks, according to General Mark Milley, who spoke to House Military Services Committee members on Wednesday. For the Russians, it's a bloodbath, Milley remarked. They are suffering in Bakhmut, and the Ukrainians have battled superbly. The conflict at Bakhmut is regarded as the invasion's most bloody to date. In response, Milley asserted that he thought the Russians are failing significantly due to problems with leadership, logistics, fundamental strategies, and unit training. The Russian forces are being massacred, he declared. Over the past 20 or 21 days, Russians have not achieved anything in or near Bakhmut, Milley continued. He claimed that the Russians are paying a very high price for the Ukrainians' highly successful area defense. On Wednesday, the Russian military ministry announced that close to 310 Ukrainian forces had died in the Donetsk territory, although it did not mention alleged fatalities in the Bakhmut area. Russia initially shelled the city in May last year, and the conflict got going in August. While making gradual progress, Russia has been unable to seize the city. According to Milley, Russian soldiers are currently undertaking offensive operations in Bakhmut, and perhaps an additional 20 or 30,000 recruits, many of whom are sourced from jails. The General Headquarters of the Armed Forces of Ukraine stated on Wednesday night that Russian forces' attempts at capturing Bakhmut achieved limited success. In a report at 6 p.m. local time, the General Staff stated that Ukrainian troops are valiantly protecting the city as they withstand repeated enemy strikes. The General Staff reported additional efforts to take the city on Thursday, with Ukrainian soldiers fending off 28 assaults the previous day. Russian soldiers pushed in southern and southwestern Bakhmut on Tuesday and Wednesday, according to WASH. Institute for the Study of War Research Institute. The Russian attacks on Bakhmut were, according to the British Defense Ministry, still at a lower intensity than those of recent weeks. In a tweet, the ministry disputed Russian allegations that recruits from the Wagner Group had taken control of the Azov manufacturing complex north of Bakhmut center. The ESU stated on Wednesday that as of Tuesday, Wagner troops likely occupied the complex, but analysts told Insider that Bakhmut has little strategic significance. While NATO expected Russia to lose 5 soldiers for every Ukrainian fatality, Western authorities estimate that 20,000 to 30,000 Russian soldiers were killed or disabled in the city. According to Ukraine, it is exploiting the conflict to weaken Russia's military. Fighting is still going on at the city's entrance, making it hard for citizens to enter. Nonetheless, certain locations are seeing increased communication, added he. According to the official, Bakhmut still has water and food supplies, but it is dangerous to go about because of the ongoing, unpredictable bombardment. We receive daily information about the damaged property, burning homes, and hurting local inhabitants. Since there is currently no means to register damaged housing, a large amount of it, Marchenko threw in. Some 2,700 individuals, especially children, lived in Bakhmut as of last week. People are being relocated as the figures being altered. Military forces personnel are assisting in evacuating people, stated Marchenko. According to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, if Bakhmut were to collapse, Vladimir Putin, a Russian president, would sell this triumph to the West, to his society, to Iran, to China. Zelensky disclosed to the Associated Press that if Putin will taste some blood, smell that we are feeble, he will push. Zelensky attended Bakhmut earlier this month and posted on Telegram saying he was glad to come to recognize our warriors. He said, "I went to shake their hands and congratulate them for defending the integrity of our nation. You are enjoying this video. You want to take advantage of other amazing videos, so hit the subscription button. It's that easy. Thanks for doing that. Let's move on. In the Bakhmut region, Russia is facing massive quantities of casualties, according to Milley on Wednesday. Last Monday, the UK Ministry of Defense said Russia's advancement in Bakhmut had paused. According to the UK government, Russian soldiers have shifted their attention to the neighboring town of Avdiivka. Rendering to reports, Russian attacks have leveled the neighboring city of Avdiivka, destroying over 80 of its homes. The Avdiivka City Military Administration's Vitaly Barabash stated that the city's infrastructure had been destroyed. Restoring or repairing is impossible. The only option is to tear down and start over, he declared. Only a few places are still intact. Since summer, only a few structures have stood in the city. After failing to conquer Bakhmut thus far, Russia has now turned its attention to Avdiivka. In addition, General Milley cautioned against expanding ties among Russia, China, and Iran. Those three nations together are going to be difficult for several years to come, he stated. I would still not call it a genuine, complete alliance in the actual sense of the term, yet we're witnessing them getting ever closer together, and that's troubling. The battle in Bakhmut is a slaughter fest for the Russians, who are being pummeled by Ukrainian forces and not accomplishing any advance at all. The General Staff of the Ukrainian Military Services reported on a regular basis late on Wednesday that enemy forces' attempts to assault Bakhmut achieved some level of success. Heavy combat within and around Bakhmut has resulted in many casualties. Russia's strategy in Bakhmut aimed to capture the city while limiting Kyiv's ability to launch its own summer or spring offensive. This was accomplished by launching relentless attacks with inadequately trained, poorly equipped troops into the heart of Ukrainian machine gun positions. Most Western analysts believe that Ukraine, acquiring a sizable armament from the US and its NATO partners, maintains and is expanding a sizable offensive capability. Iran has undoubtedly lost tens of thousands of foot soldiers, many highly skilled and determined, but the battle for Bakhmut has remained relatively high in its stock of Western tanks and armor. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. That will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you can always watch more amazing videos like this. See you in the next video.